Gray Atkins, played by Toby Alexander Smith, ended up in a serious condition in hospital after getting into a fight with Kirat Panesar, Jazz Dial, who has been trying to get a murder confession out of the lawyer. As the EastEnders villain recovered, Chelsea, Zaria Abrahams, began to enjoy the freedom she found from being home without Gray, and was noticeably disappointed when he informed her in Thursday's episode he'd be leaving the hospital. At the same time, a heartbroken Nick Carter, Danny Dyer, and Shirley Carter, Linda Henry, found out Tina Carter, Louisa Bradshaw White, had been the person buried on the square. Nobody knows Gray killed her, but if Chelsea finds out, will she take advantage of Gray's weakened state and take all of his assets before turning him over to police? "They're saying I should be discharged tomorrow," Gray informed Chelsea during Thursday's installment of the BBC soap. He added, "As long as I've got someone at home to look after me." Looking concerned, Chelsea faked a smile and replied, "You've got me." Gray commented, "Good, because you and me, we're the future, and I need you by my side at all times." "Where else would I be?" Chelsea asked, clearly getting worried about Gray's return. "Physio said I'm going to need a lot of help to get my strength back," Gray stated. "I really should stay another week, but they need the bed back, and they know I've got you at home to look after me." He continued, "I love you," as Chelsea responded, "I love you too." Could she already be coming up with a plan to take Gray's possessions before making sure justice is served for his abuse of her and Chantel Atkins, Jessica Plummer? At the end of the episode, police broke the tragic news to Shirley and Nick that Tina's boy had been discovered in the Argy-Bargy. Unbeknownst to anyone, Gray killed Tina when she suspected him of murdering Chantel. He buried her body underneath the disused building, but it was discovered recently. Gray, who's been unconscious in hospital, has no idea about a body being found, but has bound to hear the news soon. He has been lying to Tina's family to keep them from investigating her disappearance, and Chelsea may start to wonder why Head told them he had seen her out and about. She might work out a connection between Tina and Gray and, knowing his murderous ways, Chelsea might realize it was her husband who murdered the Albert Square favorite. Perhaps she will continue to play along while Gray is too weak to fight back, and she could put everything into her name behind his back. After taking his assets, she might be able to lock Gray in a room in the house and urge him to make a confession, which she could record for the police. As he isn't able to exert himself too much, it might be a good chance for Chelsea to get what she can from her husband before he's back to his old ways. Express.co.uk spoke exclusively Liza Gattrell, a senior solicitor at Stowe Family Law, to gain some insight into Chelsea's rights. Gray's two young children, Mac, Isaac Lamonius, and Mia, Mahalia Malcolm, have become like children to Chelsea. If she leaves Gray, she will definitely be worried about the two youngsters being in his care. As well as his possessions, could she fight to have custody of the children? Liza explained, "When children are involved, things become complicated, but what can be put in place when an abuser demands visits to children? It can be very challenging to navigate child arrangements when domestic abuse is involved. The victim of the abuse may be concerned that their abuser will hurt the children or use the child arrangements as another means to control them. As with all child arrangement disputes, the family court's paramount consideration is the children's welfare. However, no automatic ban prevents an abuser from spending time with their children. There will undoubtedly be some caution in agreeing on a child arrangements order against a backdrop of domestic abuse. If there is a disagreement, then the court will only make an order for contact if it is satisfied that the physical and emotional safety of the child and the parent with whom the child is living can, as far as possible, be secured before, during and after contact. It seems Chelsea could be buying time to take Gray's assets and sort arrangements to care for Mac and Mia before finally getting justice for his victims. EastEnders continues on Friday at 8 p.m. on BBC One.